Welcome to the Band-in-a-Box Quickstart video tutorial. For full screen viewing in Windows Media Player, press the keystroke combination Alt plus Enter. Congratulations on joining the thousands of people around the world who make music and have fun with Band-in-a-Box. Over the next few minutes, you'll see why Band-in-a-Box has been called an incredible must-have music program. To start, installing the program is usually automatic, either from a Band-in-a-Box disk or from the internet download. And Band-in-a-Box does its own setup and configuration on most computers. Here's the MIDI driver analysis you'll see when the program runs for the first time. Click on OK to see the driver choice that Band-in-a-Box has made for you. Now, if you aren't sure about the driver to use, there's a built-in wizard to guide your selection. Most sound cards and synthesizers use the general MIDI standard, so you rarely need to use a custom patch map. But you might have the expanded General MIDI 2 sound set with 128 more sounds. Now, in that case, you should enable the GM2 or General MIDI 2 support option. Band-in-a-Box also supports DirectX or DXI instruments, as well as VSTI software synthesizers. If you have one of these high-quality synthesizers, you can enable it by checking this box in the MIDI driver setup. Many sound cards support ASIO audio drivers, and you can select this option in the Band-in-a-Box audio preferences. With the ultra-low latency of ASIO drivers, you can play along with Band-in-a-Box on your software synthesizer with virtually no audible delay. That's it. Now Band-in-a-Box is ready to work, and you're ready to play. Making music with Band-in-a-Box is as easy as 1, 2, 3, and step 1 is to tell the program the chord changes for your song. If you already have your song in a MIDI file, just use the Import Chords from MIDI File feature, and Band-in-a-Box will interpret the chords and write them to the chord sheet for you. At the same time, you can import the melody and soloist MIDI tracks into your Band-in-a-Box song for a head start on your Band-in-a-Box song arrangement. When starting a new song, it's a good idea to get into the habit of setting the key signature and tempo right at the start. If you're not sure of the tempo, you can either click on this Tap Tempo button or tap the minus key on your computer keyboard 4 times in tempo, and it will set automatically, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The chord changes are normally typed into the chord sheet, which is like a spreadsheet layout of the song. There are many options for the size and appearance of this screen, including the fonts and the number of rows displayed. Each numbered cell is 1 bar of music. Type in the chords using standard chord symbols. As the chord names are typed, they appear in the chord box. To enter B-flat 6, type B6. Band-in-a-Box knows that the second B represents a flat sign, just as it knows that the number 3 is a sharp sign. Press the Enter key to enter the chord on the chord sheet. The chord you type will be entered at the current location of the highlight cell, which you can select with a mouse click or by navigating with the cursor arrow keys on your keyboard. Every time you enter a chord, the highlight cell automatically advances by half a bar, and if there's just one chord in a bar, hit the Enter key again to move on to the next bar. If you're not sure about naming a chord, you can use the MIDI chord detection feature to play the chord on a connected MIDI keyboard while Band-in-a-Box writes the chord name. Another option would be to use the chord builder feature. that lets you audition different chords and then enters your choice into the chord sheet. So let's continue and finish our song. Now we've typed in the chords for the first 8 bars of the song. And since the next 8 bars have the same chords, we can just copy and paste like we would in a document. Highlight the section to copy with the mouse, and then go to the Edit menu and click on Copy. Then select the location to paste the chords, and we can use standard Windows keystrokes, in this case Ctrl and V, to paste our chords. And that brings us to the bridge, or the B section of the song. In fact, we'll click on the bar number to mark it with a B, which tells Band in a Box to switch to its B substyle variation when it plays this section, just as musicians vary the style slightly when they play the bridge of a song. As we type the chords, you'll notice that we don't have to worry about upper and lower case. And there's a special key for the major 7th chord. Just type the chord name and the letter J. So if we type EBJ, Band in a Box will write E flat major 7th to the chord sheet. Band in a Box supports all the chords you'd normally find in songbooks, or sheet music, or fake books, or jazz and pop charts. We still have the first 8 bars in the clipboard, so we can now paste them again to finish this chorus of the song. There are some small adjustments to make at the end, so we'll place the highlight cell there with the mouse and type in the chords we want. Now these are the chords for the first chorus of the song. That is, once through the form of the song. And that's all Band in a Box needs to play the whole song after we have told it that the chorus starts at this bar and ends at this bar and repeats this many times. Then we have the option to add a tag or a coda and to automatically add an ending. That's the end of step 1, and you've probably noticed that it's very similar to the way musicians write fake sheets. Step 2 is to tell Band in a Box how to play the information that we entered in step 1. Just like a group of professional studio musicians, Band in a Box knows many different ways to play through a set of chord changes, and each way of playing is called a style. Band in a Box plays in hundreds of musical styles, and you can choose styles from a short list or from the Band in a Box directory, from a favorites list, but the Style Picker window gives you more information. The Style Picker lists each style that is present by its file name, along with its musical feel, even or swing, 8th notes or 16th notes. And then we're given a typical tempo for the style and a descriptive style name and the number of the Band in a Box style set it belongs to, as style set 0 is built-in styles. There's a helpful memo, some hints, and some song examples that the style is suited to. The Style Picker can also list the styles sorted into categories. Here's the jazz list, and you'll see that possible alternatives to the style that has been chosen, that's the prototype style, are marked with either an asterisk or a caret, depending on how close a substitution they are. We'll start with a simple stride piano accompaniment for our Band in a Box song. And that brings us to step 3. Now it's time to play our song arrangement while we sing or play along and read the on-screen notation, or record an audio or MIDI track, add harmonies, And most of all, have fun. For extended practice sessions or jams, the chorus can be up to 256 bars long, and it can repeat up to 40 times. Or just check the loop button and the song keeps repeating until you stop it. We've already set the key signature, but if we want to change it, Band in a Box will transpose the song to any key in an instant. We've also set a tempo, and we could start playback now with the play button, the F4 function key on the computer keyboard, or the spacebar. But what about a live count-in? You can click on the on-screen Tap Tempo button or tap the equals key on your computer keyboard 4 times in tempo, 3 times for a waltz, and the song will start playing at the tempo you just counted. As the song is playing, notice that the notes display on the on-screen piano keyboard. We could open the big piano window for a closer look at any individual part, or open the guitar window to see any part as it would be played on the guitar neck. You might want to play or record a MIDI track with the song, and if you don't have a MIDI instrument connected, you can use the wizard feature to play notes on your computer keyboard. And never make a mistake. To record yourself playing on a MIDI keyboard, MIDI guitar, or MIDI wind controller, just click on the record button and record your performance. You can also enter a melody note by note in the editable notation window, or you could have the Band in a Box Melodist feature write a whole new song for you. Here's our demo song with a melody track that was written by Band in a Box. It's easy to follow the melody as it scrolls by in the notation, with each note highlighting in red as it plays. Now, let's turn our single note melody into a great jazz piano performance with the Errol Garner right-hand piano harmony. Here's what our one-note tune looks like now. Then we'll change the accompaniment by trying out a few different styles. Here's something different. And we can even try styles with a completely different feel. And Band in a Box will prompt us to make the correct adjustment to the melody feel. When you want to go back and hear a style again, it's easy to find it in the favorites list. And that's not all. Band in a Box can solo like a pro in over 200 styles, so we can dress up our song with a great improvised solo. Or use the guitarist feature for a professional guitar chord solo using the correct voicings and positions. And now that we've made this great sounding arrangement with Band in a Box, we can save it as a native Band in a Box file, as a standard MIDI file, or we could add some lyrics and save it as a karaoke file. For live playback in performance, jamming, and practicing, the conductor feature gives total control over real-time looping, repeats, and jumps. Use it to extend any song by repeating from any section, or to finish a song by jumping to the ending. You can have digital audio too. You can record a live vocal or a live instrument track, harmonize it with up to 16 voices of TC Helicon harmonies, add the built-in DirectX audio effects, and render the entire arrangement to a WAV file, and then burn it to an audio CD, or make it into an MP3 or Windows Media file for the Internet. You can also print an engraver quality copy of the sheet music as a melody lead sheet with notation, chords, and optional guitar chord diagrams and lyrics, or you can print separate instrument parts or individual harmony lines. For example, this is a piano part. Or print a multi-track score. In the print preview window, you can choose to save the notation in your chosen graphics file format as a bitmap, a JPEG, or a TIFF file. Then these files can be inserted into documents, uploaded to web pages, or sent as email attachments. Band in a Box is the total music package that anyone can use. There are many more features and many more ways to customize Band in a Box so that it becomes your personal music buddy. Whether yours is an emerging talent or you're already a musician, a music teacher, or a songwriter, Band in a Box is your must-have program for making music and having fun. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope that it helps you on your way to many hours of fun with Band in a Box. If you don't have your own copy of Band in a Box, you can download the demo version from the PG Music webpage. That's www.pgmusic.com. Better yet, you can order and download the full version anytime and return it for a full refund within 30 days if you aren't completely satisfied. That's the PG Music Unconditional 30-Day Money-Back Guarantee. Have fun!